I have played so many games in my lifetime, it isn't something to joke about. I grew up on video games from a young age, and when I got my first DS, I was all over Sonic. It was kind of weird, actually. And I have never been so bored and so annoyed in my life than the start of 2023. I recently graduated high school, I dropped out of university after 4 days, and I had no direction in my life, and it felt like I was going insane, and I didn't know what to do about it. But then one night came, and I was riding my scooter around delivering some papers, and some random guy in a hoodie stole my scooter off of me. I could have fought him for it, but I decided it isn't worth risking it, and I just gave it to him. I walked home angry and annoyed at everything, so I decided I needed change. I needed something good. Now, I have a close friend called Milan, and for the longest time I've known him, he's been so adamant on getting me to play a Souls game. So I got home, and I downloaded Elden Ring. And this game genuinely changed my life, in some bad ways, and in some great ways. This is why, in my opinion, Elden Ring may be the last ever good game. Now, before I show you anything, the playthrough I'm going to show you is not realistic. It was recorded on my journey too, meaning I've kept all my gear from my previous playthrough and I'm just doing the whole story again, okay? Cool. So let's get into it. I got into the game and straight away sprinted all the way to the first boss, Margit, the Fell Omen. I would be lying if I said this fight was hard, as I destroyed him in a matter of seconds. Now, keep in mind, I had not played this game for like 6 months before I did this playthrough, so I may be a little rusty. Margit down. Too easy. I then booked it through all of Stormveil Castle to get to the second boss. As you can see, I'm kind of speedrunning now. Killed some random crab looking thing and got to the second main boss, Godric, or Godric. Yeah, this guy took me 2 tries, as I forgot he had a second phase. Anyways, Godric down. Godric's ass. I left the castle and entered Liurnia of the Lakes. I hopped on my torrent and rode it for a long ass time to collect the glintstone key behind this dragon. I didn't want to fight him though, because I couldn't even beat him in my first playthrough. I'm sorry. With the key in my possession, I could enter the big castle thing in Liurnia of the Lakes, and so I entered. I entered the academy and fought through all of the wizards and stupid enemies and fought the Red Wolf of Radahn, the easiest boss in my opinion on this run. I jumped off a cliff. What? And started my fight with the third main boss, Rynella, this weird librarian girl. The first phase was just murdering these weird small people singing on the ground and slashing at Rynella. And then the second phase is some random water place, and she like turns into a moon and shoots laser beams at you and stuff. Luckily, I killed her my first go, which I was actually really surprised about, to be honest. I was pretty close. I then left and started my journey all the way into Caelid, one of my favorite places in this game. I traveled through Caelid for far too long and got hit by some weird blue thing out of nowhere. Holy shit. Anyways, I got to the Red Main Castle, the home of Radahn, the boss I was going to next. I fought my way through the castle and got to my first boss of this area, the Crucible Duo. The random wolf snake thing was a breeze to get through, but killing this knight drove me literally insane. Holy shit! Oh yeah, pull your fucking... Why are you flying? I eventually figured out that I had magic in this game, and it's what carried me through my first playthrough, and I completely forgot about it. So once I remembered, this guy was literally a breeze. So I forgot about my magic abilities this whole entire time. I couldn't start the Radahn boss fight without entering the Atlas Plateau, so I left for a bit and got my way there. I also killed some random dragon lizard, pretty easy though. I entered the plateau and made my way back to Radahn, one of my favorite boss fights. It took me 2 tries because the first time I fought this guy, I forgot he came back as a fucking meteor and rolled my shit. I didn't fall for it the next time though, and some random summon stole the kill from me. Anyways, that's Radahn done. I went back to the Atlas Plateau and started making my way to the Volcano Manor. To the next main boss, Rykard, or Rykard, I'm just gonna call him Rykard. Literally a massive snake. On the way there, I fought the Falling Star Beast, who gave me a ton of trouble in my first playthrough. I literally spent hours on him, but I killed him in my first go and moved on. I then entered the Volcano Manor, joined the tribe or something, made my way through the secret passage and started making my way to Rykard. In my way stood the Godskin Noble, and I mauled him on my first go. Nice try, Godskin, you're shit. I then traversed up the mountain and through some more rooms to the teleporter, which took me to Rykard, the big ass snake. Usually you'll be given a sword to kill him with, but I already had it from my previous run and I upgraded it to its max and started fighting him, and oh man, it still took ages. Turns out the fight actually wasn't too hard, and I just forgot to run away from him as lava is literally coming out of him. Rykard down. To the next one. I go back to the Atlas Plateau and start heading towards the massive glowing tree you can see the whole entire game. It's called the Erd Tree, by the way. I enter the massive castle kind of thing and make my way to the Draconic Tree Sentinel. I think that's how you say it. I was pretty close to dying, but I still killed him first try. I entered the massive castle kind of thing, started making my way through the city, and I died in the most stupidest way possible. Holy shit! I came back and got revenge on the guy and moved on. And I got to my next boss, Godfrey, or Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. He isn't really here, but whatever, I still died. I came back and rolled him though. Literally went up one story and got to my next boss, Margot. Very similar to the first boss. I think they are siblings or something. I'm not really sure. I'm probably wrong though. And I destroyed him on my third go. I went up to enter the tree only to realize it's protected by impenetrable thorns, and the only way to remove them is to set the tree on fire or something. So I left and I started making my way to the Grand iron lift of road to get to the snow mountains, I'm pretty sure. And so yeah, I entered the mountaintops of the giants. I literally hated this place since I first got the game. And then literally I spent 30 minutes on my tone right into the next main boss, the fire giant, I think. I don't really remember his name. Yes, it was the fire giant, and I started fighting with him. It took a few tries to remember what he did. Also, the fireballs were really annoying, but eventually I did kill him and it felt pretty good. I hate that boss fight, bro. Once the big man was dead, I started moving up to the Forge of Giants, this massive cup trophy looking thing. Anyways, here I speak to this lady who has been a main part of the entire game and just kind of been neglecting her. She sacrifices herself and the Erd tree burns, taking away the thorns I couldn't enter in before. I awake in some new floating city, pretty cool. I explore this area and end up fighting the same motherfucker again, but he has an extra bro with him, and this fight was just too overwhelming, so I thought if he can have another guy, so can I. So I spawned in my mimic and shit on them both, and I continue and continue and continue and end up with another main boss. I forgot the dude's name, but he started off as some regular guy and then becomes some behemoth of an enemy, and I die. I also jumped off once. But, you know, me and the mimic destroyed him. I go through some teleporter and end up back in Leyndell something. I traverse further and somehow die to this easy boss a few times. What? Anyways, I kill him and I move on. I go up another story and fight the first Elden Lord, Godfrey. The fight was pretty hard, but, I can now enter the flaming Erd tree, so that's what I do. And I have to fight Radahn and then the Elden Beast without dying. There is no break between these bosses, so it's like really annoying. And this fight took me like a long time, but after a long and hard fight, multiple times, I'm already dead! Ah! I defeated the Elden Beast, the mimic stole my kill, and became the Elden Lord. This was literally the best game I've ever played. And this isn't even me glazing the game. Every time I think of gaming, I think of Elden Ring. I can't complain about this game like even in the slightest. I genuinely believe this may be the last good game. For a while, not forever. This is the perfect representation of what gaming needs to be. Not like this genre, but to this level. Every game I play now can still be good, but it's just never met Elden Ring's level, and it kind of ruins it. Also, this game's music is so unmatched. You guys don't understand until you play it. It makes everything so much better. And you've never felt horror until you watch a boss's second phase cutscene in this game. Anyways, as I was saying, if you haven't played Elden Ring yet, now is the time to. I can't even stress enough how much you'll love it if you don't give up. Also, a new DLC for the game is coming out called Shadow of the Erd Tree. More than hyped, I'm so excited. Anyways, Liurnia wanted me to make me do some bad things. Hardest boss fight ever. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and yeah, keep it real. Bye.